In the digital age, media laws are the compass guiding our evolving communication landscape. Hello, wonderful attendees. I'm your host, Dalvinder Kaur from Lovely Professional University. Get ready to dive into today's topic that is exploring the evolving universe of media laws in 21st century. Before we proceed further, allow me to introduce the experts of the day, Mr. Sunil Kumar, Assistant Professor and COD, School of Law, Lovely Professional University. With over a decade of experience in legal education, he has held significant roles at Delhi Judicial Academy and the University of Delhi, and is recognized for the contributions of seminars and workshops on legal issues. So now I would introduce the alumni also in this webinar, Ms. Sneha Singh, Assistant Professor, DAV University, Jalandhar, currently pursuing her LLM as a part of the 2023 batch at Lovely Professional University. Ms. Sneha brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise in legal education. And now I would like to introduce admission nominee also in this webinar, Mr. Jitendra Kumar Dikshit, the Assistant Director and Head of Department of Tie-ups at Lovely Professional University. With over 17 years of diverse industry experience, Mr. Dikshit has a distinguished career in wealth management, call centers, and education marketing. His expertise in marketing and strategic partnership is invaluable. Before we proceed further in today's session, I would like to request everyone for any questions. You can write in the chat box or in the Q&A box, and same will be addressed from my side in the end of this webinar. And now I hand over the thanks to Mr. Sunil and Ms. Neha, and it would be an absolute delight to listen from them. Over to you, sir and ma'am.
Thank you. Just checking at the very beginning. I hope I'm audible to all the audience.
Yes, sir, you're audible.
Okay. Okay. Very warm good morning to everyone. It's actually warm outside these days, isn't it? All right. So, friends, ladies and gentlemen, and very respected audience who have taken out time to join and hear out few of the issues which we are going to discuss here today on the media laws. Uh, At the very beginning, we welcome our alumni, Sneha Singh. She is she has been a great student with us, and now she has also started her career wonderfully as an academician. I think that's the beauty of an institution, that we take pride in our alumni, and it's really wondrous to watch our alumni grow in their respective career path. So we welcome you, Sneha Singh, once again.
Thank you.
We are welcome. Now, speaking of, just allow me a moment, friends. Right. So, fine. So, speaking of our interaction with the media laws, at the very outset, friends, what is the kind of world in which we are dwelling here today? If I am talking about media, then the word itself is an umbrella term. First of all, it's an umbrella term, and it encompasses different different modes of communication which the mankind has adopted over the years. I mean, if we go back in memory, then if I have to pass a message to some relative who is a distant relative, then maybe I could send it through a messenger who may take the help of a horse rider, a professional horse rider, and he may take my message across to my relative. But we are living in a digital age. This is 21st century, and the whole gamut of communication has exploded. It has exploded specifically with the arrival of the internet technology, and once that has happened, that has changed the not only the norms in which the institutions interact with each other, but it is redefining the manner in which individuals of every shade interact through these platforms. And I'm talking about the platforms, I'm going beyond the platforms, like we talk about internet telephony, anything which is facilitated with the internet, and specifically the social media engagement. So it has really expanded, and it is also wondrous in a way how we try to understand the media law. Now, this is the world of media, and it is huge, it is diverse, it is important, because media at the very first place is something which facilitates a dialogue between communities. It facilitates dialogues between people and the government, the chosen government, the institutions. Our in India is already undergoing a phase of elections. The parliamentary elections are underway, and the role of media cannot be ignored over there, where we can notice that the media highlights the achievements, the profiles of the candidates, and there are several issues which are continually being discussed in the public domain. And this leverages the public opinion, and which ultimately leads to a credible voting pattern. And then public is going to elect someone, a government chosen by them in a democratic setup. So media plays a very vital role to ensure, and that is why it has been sometimes referred as the fourth pillar, as the fourth pillar of governance. So you have executive, you have judiciary, you have legislature. So legislature, for a layman, legislature or parliament is a body which will be making the laws. Executive is going to implement those laws to make sure that the laws are effectively implemented in the day-to-day life of a common man. And third is the judiciary. So whenever among the institutions or among individuals disputes arise, those disputes can be carried to the door of the judiciary, and the judiciary will then sit in judgment, and they will resolve those disputes for the betterment of society and for the betterment of the governance model. So it's actually very simple to start with. Now here comes the media. We say fourth pillar. Apart from these three pillars, you have the fourth pillar of media. Why media is important? Because media becomes the instrument, the tool to make sure that a continuous chain of communication, dialogue, exchange of ideas, sharing of models, whatever, your thought process, there is a continuous convergence of ideas between these three pillars. And the public, the general public, is also continuously involved. So that is the responsibility of media. So media is further categorized into print media, online media, right? That is the categorization one may go into. So if we look at the current scenario, friends, then the online media is something which is absolutely, it is dominating print media. Gone are the days when, leisurely in the morning we used to get up and we like to enjoy reading the newspaper. And reading newspaper is also a routine with many old timers. With many old timers, reading of a newspaper is still a routine. But the younger generation, it likes to watch and read news on a mobile phone, tablet, their own personal devices, handheld devices, because that is supposed to be more easy. And we live in a era where everything is supposed to be very condensed, and it has to be presented, and it has to be served for the consumption of people in very easy format. So that those are the legal trends which we have observed. So this is, you have print media, broadcasting media, digital media. So there are different nomenclature which has evolved over the time period. Telecommunication, advertising is another facet of media. Now advertising can take place through any means, online means, print means. You choose, it's your call. It may be the call of a company, that how, if I am going to advertise a toothpaste, it's my choice. I can put up a billboard, in a marketplace, or I can reach out to my audience through digital media, through WhatsApp, through Facebook. I can promote it through Amazon. My products will be sold on the Amazon platform, Flipkart platform, you name it. And moreover, I can tie up with the online payment platforms, the Payzap, Paytm, and the business can grow. So media is facilitating, and the consumption of media is, these days we are not living in an era where Doordarshan used to air 8 p.m. news, prime time news at 8 p.m. or 9 p.m. And then public used in India, the public used to consume it Doordarshan used to be the sole broadcaster, and Doordarshan, uh, because the broadcasting rights were with the government only. So a big change happened with the liberalization phase, with the investment of the companies and the media, the sector also being opened up to private players. And you have now a range of channels to choose from, not only national channels, but you can watch international channels. And you talk about it these days, you talk about Netflix, Prime Video, Amazon Video, uh, and other OTT, which we say that these are online platforms, online video platforms, online entertainment platforms. So we have reached this stage now. So that is the whole journey which we have traveled. As far as India is concerned, we are in an age where there is these days is 24/7 consumption of media. Something is happening in the Supreme Court of India. An argument takes place. I'm just giving an example. And now the proceedings have also been made live by the Supreme Court benches. So this is a revolutionary. So what we are living in a revolutionary age. There's a small bite which is given by a politician. There's a small, you can say 1 minute, 2 minute video bite which is given by a politician, a public personality, a celebrity, and that becomes news. It's breaking news. So the breaking news concept has changed the whole way in which we consume the news. Okay, news from all corners of the world, and that is 24/7. And it is affecting the opinion making, the decisions, specifically policy decisions of government as well. Judiciary also is constantly in touch with happenings on the social media. Chief Justice of India, Honorable Justice Chandrachud, he traveled to America some time back, and over there he was speaking at a forum, and he was also recently trolled for maybe regarding the issue of listing of the matters before the respectable bench. But what I'm saying is that they are also observing and they are also equal participants. So whatever be your role, whether you are a judge, whether you are a legislator, whether you are a public personality, whether you are a common layperson, you are willingly or unwillingly a participant in this dialogue process, this whole media consumption process, which is taking place day in and day out, 24/7. And this is affecting policies, this is affecting judgments, this is affecting general media, general public perception on issues. Now, there may be whole of issues like like, should we have same-sex marriages in India? Okay. Should dowry be completely illegalized? It is already illegal, but we know that on the ground, such practices still go on. Or what should be the minimum support price for the crops which are harvested by the farmers of the country? So there are many kind of issues, many kind of questions on which debate is continuously taking place by, and we willingly or unwillingly being participants in this debate. Now, the issue is, now when does the issue comes up? When does problems or challenges we face as participants in this media culture? And what is the law supposed to do? Now, friends, there are specific legislations. So you have a Broadcasting Act in place. You have Indian Telegraph Act, which has been modified from time to time. And this is an old act which has been enacted even before independence. And this Telegraph Act gives power to the concerned government authorities to pass some kind of strictures. Like, for instance, let me say that there is some riot taking place in X place in the country, in India. And when this riot is taking place, the government is apprehensive that people will be, there will be rumors. People will may be involved in rumors, and rumors may do damage for the peace of the society. So what is the government doing? Government will ban the internet. Government is going to ban the internet in that particular district, and the order will be passed through the district magistrate. So there will be no internet connectivity for 1 day, 2 day, and it has happened in India in many places, in Jammu Kashmir, in Bengaluru, in Hyderabad, on several issues which are continuously taking place. So there is power which these authorities draw from this particular legislation act. So internet can be stopped in the interest of national security. Internet can be stopped in the interest of public peace. Internet can be stopped in the interest for the welfare of the people. So that is the power which is coming from law. So media can be regulated, controlled. Airwaves. Let's talk about airwaves. Now, when we talk about airwaves auction is being controlled by the media agencies. There is an auction which takes place, and there are many private players who are involved, and bidding process may take place because airwaves as a public resource is owned by the government. Government is holding this as a trustee, and government earns revenue by giving the airwaves rights to these private players, who may be anyone, any company, XYZ. They will be having the rights to air a particular content and over certain period. Let's say IPL is there. Now, who has the broadcasting rights, the primary broadcasting rights? So many players will be there, and they will do the bidding process. So with liberalization, with a impetus being given in the governance process for private players, there's immense room for these business entities to grow. There is immense room for these people to earn profit and also to influence public opinion making. So that is one great role which is the media is performing on a daily basis. Now, when we talk about regulation, now suppose there is social media breaches, and when we talk about the social media breaches, we talk about trolling, we talk about online harassment which someone is facing. We may talk about the scenario where someone has posted something on the Facebook and then that person is being trolled. Now, there is law. You have Internet Information Technology Act. You have relevant provisions in the Indian Penal Code also that for some kind of harassment which takes place in online mode, law can come into action. So if we talk about the historical content already, friends, I think I've spoken about it. So these are the key issues and these are the key functions of the media. So media has a great role. Most importantly, media has a role to protect free speech. And I think on this, Sneha can join in. Sneha, can you just tell our audience, why don't you go ahead and tell us about the dichotomy between free speech and versus the regulation which can be coming up. So yes, over to you, Sneha.
Sir, as we all know that under Article 19(1) we have the freedom of speech and expression, but at the same time under Article 19(2) we also have that there is some restriction, there is some censorship which goes on. Right. So what we need to say that it is very important for a democratic society because it ensures a free and fair press where people have the the right to have freedom of speech and expression, but at the same time it also says that there are some censorship or some restriction which needs to be imposed. So how do we I mean to say how do we regulate this thing? We regulate it through media laws. As we know that internet itself, it has a plethora of news where you can see there are fake news and there are also other news which is very much open to all the people. People can easily get in touch with any other misinformations which comes through or any other thing. So I think at that point of time, media law plays a very important role because it regulates the content actually. Any type of misinformation or fake news which has been regulating in the internet or the media can be controlled. So, secondly, we all know that everybody we use Facebook, we use Instagram and other online channels where the privacy is also shared. So we need to protect that privacy also. So media law again plays a vital part on that thing. And also intellectual property. If we talk about intellectual property rights, so there are many other creations or online intent contents which we write, which we need to get a copyright on that. So media law also protects that also in another way, and it maintains a fair competition. Where preventing a monopolies and ensure a diverse media landscape. where as the media is generally getting into a private sector where profit maximization is the because we all know that private companies, their only motive is to create a thing which gives them profit, but they are not concerned about giving a true news about what is going on in the society. So I think that the judiciary plays a very important role in regulating the media laws through their enacting new laws, because we know that technology is changing day by day. So I think the regulations and rules need to be changed according to the changing
Like there was,
scenario.
yes, absolutely right, Sneha. I think there was a very important judgment which came out on privacy. That was the Puttaswamy judgment, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. So, can you just share with the audience that what was that judgment all about?
Uh,
The Puttaswamy judgment on the privacy of an individual, and specifically
sir,
in the
right
context
now,
of free speech.
sir, I cannot recollect at right time. I cannot recollect it right now.
That's all right.
Uh,
That's all right. But definitely, you have said that the privacy is something which is very integral to our understanding of media laws. And if you
yes,
look
sir.
at some important judgments like the Puttaswamy judgments, which has, and this kind of judgment is a very landmark judgment, and this judgment laid down the foundation for the in an era, in a digital era, which said that there is certain content with certain there is certain basic ID features of an individual which for which cannot be invaded upon very easily by even by the state. So when we seek privacy, we are seeking privacy from the state intrusion. And I think this our audience need to appreciate this particular aspect, because the state and the individual in a particular democratic society, specifically in India, they are the key players. And both being the key players, sorry, both being the key players are constantly, there is a dialogue which goes between them. So state cannot, without a legitimate cause, intrude into anyone's privacy. I let me give you a case example. In the past, what happened once, and this is a case, real case, Khadak Singh versus state. What happened in this case, that there was this person and he was an offender, and he was a repeated offender, and he was out on parole for some time, and he was being prosecuted under the Madhya Pradesh Detention Act. What police used to do? Police used to give domiciliary visit to this particular convict where he used to live. And you can imagine a scenario that you are in the privacy of your house. And this is an old judgment, very even before the digital era. And police maybe knocking on the door at odd hours, checking whether he is there, whether he has not escaped the clutches of law, like that. So court held that even though he's out on parole and he police needs to keep a tab, he is not deprived of his basic privacy, which everyone would desire in his house at a certain times. And police cannot be expected at odd hours also to visit this particular person. So privacy is having a great value. And in recent times, there have been several concerns raised by many public personalities over the privacy. That how much of privacy is secure if we are suppose accessing Facebook? To what extent our data is taken secure and is safeguarded when we are browsing online? How much of the data is shared? Invariably, we are sharing a lot of private personal information with many of the financial bodies, agencies, and many players. So, so they have a duty to make sure that this particular data is not shared with any third party without your consent. And there is no breach, because if there is a breach, it may cause some damage, financial loss to you, loss of reputation may be there, your credentials may be jeopardized. So these are the challenges which we are currently facing in this media law evolving, and in this new world, whether you talk of business, whether we talk about public engagement on the social media, whether we talk about ensuring peace and security through the laws, through any law, media is invariably the channel from which the government communicates with the public, and also with its own officers and public functionaries. And media, in this way, the challenge which we are also facing is that media must, there should be facts which have to be reported. Because recently, I'm sure Jiten sir would also agree with me. Recently, we have seen this phenomena of fake news. Fake news. There is so much of consumption of news that we have come across with this phenomena of fake news. And when we talk about fake news, it simply means that there is some, the news has been just aired, it has been prepared just to gain some attention, or just to earn some brownie points, or just to gain some illegitimate media attention. So fake news is something which is a challenge, and I think law is not currently geared. Law doesn't have a clear answer how to check fake news. There are some independent organizations or some media lobbies or media bodies which have come up, and they come up with fact checker. So they have developed tools like fact check, you know. So if there is, how to check if a particular news is fake or not. So they put through the app, and app is going to then filter through the processes, the content, how it has been reported, and then it will come out whether this news is fake or not. And this is a new challenge which we are facing in the digital age, fake news. And the law has not really geared up to answer to this particular challenge, that how do we fight this. The answer is, perhaps if we talk about the panel, we being the panelists, what is the answer we will suggest very humbly is public awareness. We must check our sources online. At a fingertip, we have access to so many resources that we just believe anything or everything which is being reported or presented before us. We don't utilize even a minute or two to check whether this particular news is being reported by some credible, registered, recognized news agency, whether it has been reported by Associated Press, for example, AP. You know, there are these bodies, accredited bodies, news agencies are there. ANI, AP, Reuters. So these are the names of the companies which I am sharing, and these are registered, accredited bodies. Whether it has been reported through their official channel, website, portals, or it is being reported by some third party who is using some wrong platform, wrong nomenclature, and is spreading misinformation among the public, and public is being misled. So we need to make people aware about the consumption of the media. There has to be regulation on how do we improve the media consumption. There has, so that we are prepared. Like you can say, consumer protection is also important. Consumer protection will be important if we are aware that what is the what is the interaction, the concrete interaction which is taking place between the various parties. All right. So if you look at this, we have a challenge between privacy versus free speech. Regulation of social media is one challenge. Then we also have a challenge of synchronizing our global laws with the national laws. The future of media laws is advancing at a rapid pace, friends, and it's a whirlwind. So there's a clear line between TV, radio, newspapers, but now it is gone. And a defamatory tweet can can bring several consequences. And cases are being regularly fought in the courts of India on defamation content, on defamatory content. And this is the newest challenge which we face. So loss of reputation is one big risk which the media consumption is posing these days. We need to strike a balance between privacy and free speech. Global laws, local laws, balance is something which we have to see. And this is a leap forward which the media laws have taken. We need to maintain transparency. We need to regulate on the lines to ensure public peace, security. We need to make people aware how to fight fake news. So these are the challenges which, if appropriately addressed, I'm sure the Constitution of India through Article 21, through Article 19(1)(a), which is guarantees freedom of speech and expression to everybody. But even that can be regulated as per the Constitution itself in the interest of public security, national security, loss of reputation of any person, and such other scenarios. So this is a broad canvas. We have just attempted to, we have just attempted to synchronize few of the aspects and to give you a panopticon view of the challenges which media laws face, and also the role which media laws plays in ensuring that media is properly regulated for the greater advantage and benefit of the society. Right. Over to you, Jitendra sir.
Thank you so much. So it was wonderful watching you talking on overview and importance of media law, key functions, and more. So I would request to the admission nominee, Mr. Jitendra Singh, to be on the screen. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, Dalvinder ma'am, for warm welcome, and I'll welcome our audience also. Also, enlightening session delivered by Sunil sir. So, I'm sure our audience will learn a lot about this media law by this particular session. Moving ahead, I would like to put light on for the students. If students wants to, they are looking up to Lovely Professional University for admissions. So what kind of programs we are offering, and whenever we think that whenever it comes to admission into Lovely Professional University, few questions generally student came across. They generally ask, the frequently asked questions are like, what are the programs School of Law is offering? The second is what will be the eligibility criteria, whether we will be eligible or not. Second, if we will be eligible, then what will be the fee structures, and what fee we need to pay for the entire program. And the last is, but not the least, what are the important dates, so that we should not miss out the opportunity to get admitted into Lovely Professional University. So before moving ahead, I'll request Sunil sir, if you can stop sharing your screen, then I'll start sharing my screen. I'll request
Jitendra sir, I have stopped sharing screen. Is it all right?
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Mr. Jitendra, you can share your screen now.
I am doing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's
My screen is visible.
your screen is visible. You can continue.
Yes. So thanks for confirming. So students, when we look up to the when we look up to the basically we offer broadly four category of programs at UG level. We are offering BA LLB honors integrated 5-year duration program. We are also offering BBA LLB honors program. It's an integrated program, and 5 years. After graduation, we are offering two kinds of program. The one is LLB. It's a 3 years duration program, and the second one is the LLM. It's 1 year duration program. So basically, these are the programs which we are offering in under School of Law at Lovely Professional University. Now, the second most majorly questions are like, what are the eligibility criteria? So basically when you are targeting for BLLB programs or BBLLB programs, you need to ensure that you must secure minimum 60% of marks with English as a subject in your last qualification. For targeting for BLLB or BBLLB, then in your 12th examination, you must secure minimum 60% English as a subject. Additionally, with that, you are also expected to qualify entrance examination. Lovely Professional University conduct their entrance examination named as LPU NEST, Lovely Professional University National Entrance and Scholarship. So you are expected to qualify this particular entrance examination as well. And beyond that, it is an added advantage if you have a qualified examination, or you also you appeared in CUT examination. So if you have done that, then we are also taking admissions via that. We are also considering ranks of these national level as well. After graduation in LLB, the eligibility criteria is the 50% graduation in any of these type of any stream at the be it will be arts, commerce, or science. You must secure minimum 50% marks in any. Plus, you are also expected to qualify our LP Nest examination, and CUT definitely we are also considering. LLM, eligibility criteria is in your LLB. If you must secure minimum 50%. Plus, you are also expected to qualify our LP Nest examination, and here also we consider C. In LLM, merit prepares based on 70% weightage we give to LP Nest LLM, and rest 30% weightage will be distributed on the basis of work experience. If you are working somewhere, publication, and a statement of purpose. Statement of purpose is basically we just try to understand that what is the purpose behind of doing LLM from lovely profession. Just want to understand that. So you generally read that in a written form and you submit it to the university. Call it as a statement of purpose. So basically, using LLM as a program, and particularly that too also with moving ahead, coming on to the next slide. When we talk about, let's understand about the. Let's take second question, that after meeting the eligibility, can anyone confirm that this slide is visible? Sunil sir, I hope the fee and scholarship.
Yes, sir, slide is visible. You can continue.
It's visible. It's visible, sir.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks for confirming. So the second most question after the confirming eligibility talks, what will be the fee structures I need to bear once I will be part of the program. So here we would like to here student need to understand that LP has a different pattern of offering. Here at LPU, every student study in a different structure. That basically depends upon what kind of traits or the quality individual person. Basically, we generally divided these traits and quality of an individual into certain parameters. The primary two parameters are basically, the first is what was your performance in your last qualifying examination. So we generally see that what was how you performed last qualifying examination of BA LLB and BB LLB. What was your in 12th examination? And second primary criteria is that like how you perform in our national entrance examination, that is LQ Nest. So we do take these are the two major parameters. Of course, we also consider your performance in PUET as well and CLAD as well in these two programs. So that's the later part. But the first two primary factors, your performance in these two examination. And why it is important that because your performance in these two examination will decide that what kind of, we generally offer student a different category of scholarship based on these exams on your performance. We are saying like scholarship, it means we offer students three stage of category 1, 2, and category 1 represents the highest set scholarship. Category 2 represents the medium set of scholarship, and category represents the lower set of scholarship. So these scholarship generally important for the student, because at the time of admission, whichever category you will fall, that particular amount will be minus from your entire semester fee. When we are talking about semester fees in LPU, academic fees in LPU, so in whichever program you will get admitted, the entire the academic fees we charge on semester basis. Let's understand this with an example. Right? For an example, if we can see that in BA LLB program, the overall fees is the 1,20,000. Now the 1,20,000 per semester. In a year, generally there are 2 semesters. So in 1 lakh, these are the for the students who qualify the entrance examination, who secure minimum 60% in their 12th class. So, and if they didn't get any particular scholarship, then they will pay the fee structure for such kind of students will be 1,20,000. But moving ahead, like if you secure more than 95%, if you secure more than 94% examination, or equivalent to this percentage in your LPNest examination, then university will award you scholarship of 28% in current month. And with that, your scholarship, your fees will be reduced by 28%, and the application fees will in category 1 will be 86,400. In category 2, if you secured marks in your 12th between 90% to 94.9, you will be awarded with the scholarship of 23%, and your applicable fees will be 92,400. And the last category is category 3. If you secure minimum between 80% to 84.99, then your this scholarship, then if you secure between 80 to 89.99%, then you will be awarded with 18% of scholarship, 98,400, and so on. With and the similar the percentage of scholarship will be BB LLB honors programs also. So generally, the second question we encountered in from parents and students after this, that okay, sir, whether these scholarship will be applicable only in first year, or we will be getting this scholarship in throughout. So let me tell you, students, that this is the key aspect, key point of Lovely Professional University. Whatever scholarship you will be getting at the time of admission, in whatever scholarship you will be freezing in, that scholarship will be applicable for all your program. So you will be getting this percentage of scholarship in every semester throughout the program without any continuation criteria. There is no further criteria. You are only expected to remain pass all your examination with the passing percentage, and do not get into any indisciplined activity. These two basic criteria, then all these scholarship or the fee reduction is applicable throughout the program. So generally, this is a very good thing. This is a very good aspect of LPU, that you get a lot of scholarship based on your examination, and it saves a lot of your and you get it throughout the program, and lot of money of your parents get saved through this. Now, moving ahead, if we let's understand the fee structure of LLB and LLM. In case of LLB and LLM, obviously the base fee structure is same. That is that we are offering in BBLLB and BLLB, that is 1,20,000 per semester. But here the scholarship percentages are different. In category 1, if you secure more than 9, and the percentage in your last qualifying examination is also different. Here in graduation, if you are securing more than 90% marks and above, then we are or equivalent in LPNS performance, then we are offering scholarship 48% in your program fees. So for in case of LLB and LLM, you need not to pay. If you falls in category 1, then student is need not pay 1,20,000 per semester. The applicable fee is 62,400 per semester. Category 2, in graduation, if student falls in between 80% to 89.99 in graduation, then the scholarship percentage is 43%, and your applicable fees 68,400. And in category 3, if you get mark percentage 70 to 79.99, then you will get category 3 of scholarship of 38%, then applicable 74,400. Same in LLM also. And here also, the scholarship awarded to the student will not only last first year, you will be getting it in throughout your program, the same percentage of it, with the same condition that you need to pass your current semester with minimum passing, and you need not indisciplined activity. So these are the we discussed about eligibility, we discussed about the fee structure. The next question which student asked us, which is very important, is like we understood the eligibility and fee structure. Now, what are the important dates? How what dates we need to take care that so that we should not miss the important opportunity. So students, if you want to as all the important examinations dates are examinations are over and results already came in of law, like 12 all the major state board examinations, they are already out. You know that how much you performed in your 12th examination. Then all the CLAT examination is already done. The students are also the results are also out. Students know that where they are standing. So in LPNS, we are also the registrations are on. So what you need to take care that you need to ensure that in the month of May, the last date of applying LPNS is 25th of May. So if you are targeting any of the program which we discussed in Lovely Professional, and as a student, you need to make sure that you must apply in Lovely Professional University. You must fill up your application form before 25th of May. When we say that last date 25th May, student do not wait till last date, right? So your approach should be that you should fill application form as soon as possible and do not wait for the last date. And after filling up the application form, as I already told you that you need to book your slots for online examination. And when we say that how LPNest examination conducted, we are conducting LPNest examination in online mode. You can give it in online mode in proctored way. When we say proctored way, if the necessary infrastructure is available with you, like internet with the good connectivity with good data strength and a laptop, then you can give this entrance examination from home. And you need to, the next step is that you should be selecting the preferred date between 6 to 28th May on which you want to give the examination. Definitely you cannot choose any of the date. The available dates will be showing you in your account. Then you need to pick up the next available date for the entrance examination. And from the date of examination on which you appear into the examination, within 3 days before the conduct of examination, the candidate wish to appear for the examination on 7th May. So, it is expected that you must plan your LPNS application in such a way that when you fill the entrance examination, you book your slot, you must fill the application on time. And then from date of examination, within 48 hours from date of examination, your result will be declared. And once your result will be in your hand and you find yourself qualified and meeting both the eligibility criteria, you need to proceed with your admission within the 7 days from getting the result. And the last date is 31st of May. So last date is 31st of May. Then again, you should not wait till last date, because in School of Law, whatever program we are offering, because our programs are approved from Bar Council and we have a seat restriction in each of the program. So you must once you have your result in your hand, the LPS result in your hand, and if you find yourself qualified with scholarship and the 12th result in your hand, the next approach is that within 7 days from date of examination, you must secure your seat in W professional. So that should be the approach that how you look up W professional university. Moving ahead, these are the important things which you need to consider. And the next question which students generally ask from us, that how we can apply for Lovely University. When we say that how you can apply for Lovely Professional University, we are taking nominations. We are taking applications in two modes. In the online mode. So if you want to apply in online mode, then you can visit our website. So let me also show you if the web. So you can visit our website, and by visiting there, you can go on to the this apply section, and you can apply for the LPNS examination. And the cost for LPNS examination is 500 for girls and 1,000 rupees for a boy applicant. And you can fill it from online also by visiting our website. Second way is that as admission session is going on, we are also operational and functional with the physical admission offices in almost all the major cities of India. How you will get the location of those like important locations of India where these offices are functional. You can visit Lovely Professional University contact section. You will find there like the different states. You can scroll down onto the state. You can apply filter on state, and after applying filter on state, you will see the list of cities where our admission teams are available. So you can search for your nearby city available, and you can visit these offices, and our admission officers will help you in filling up the application form, like helping you out in getting this admission form filled and getting you prepared for this examination. This is how the entire process for Lovely Professional University, how the basic things. So we discussed about eligibility, the programs, then we also discussed about the important dates. We majorly ask questions from student side. Quickly, I would like to go through with the fact that we have all necessary approvals available with us as far as recognitions are concerned, because it is very for you in whatever university you are targeting for your higher education. You must look up to the necessary approvals and accreditations so that your degree should remain valid after completing course. So in LPUs, all the law programs comes under school, and our School of Law and all the programs is affiliated with, like, it's approved by Bar Council of India, being recognizing case of School of Law. And we also have all other necessary approvals for other programs, and we are also recognized by UGC University Grant Commission. Placements are like university doing well in placements. All our alumni are securing a good in placement. So our alumni reached a 3 crores, and there are a good number of students, approx 500 students who falls in between the package of between 10 lakhs to 62.72 lakhs as far as placement. Placement is also not a worry. University is doing good in terms of placements. We have all necessary rankings available with us. The recognition packages rankings are available with us. We are doing good in terms of rankings also. The in world ranking, university doing good. Like we have the ranking for different colleges. In NIRF ranking, university is good, and like NRI, we are also doing good in terms of ranking. Apart from academics, our core focus is like student must also, in order to develop holistic personality, we do also take care of the sports facility. Our sport and students are doing well into sports and other competitions organized by different organizations. So our students are performing well, whether it is sports, whether it is cultural. So we are doing that. We have all required infrastructure available with us, where student can, whether it is the residential facility, we have state-of-art infrastructure in terms of residential, of sports. Everything is like available with the university. As a parent or as a student, you will remain rest assured that whatever fees you are paying to university, you are getting a proper worth to it in terms of quality faculty, quality infrastructure, quality residential facility, quality sports infrastructure, exposure to all necessary onto platform, whether when it comes onto the students, the basic the facility which students look up to, that whether University School of Law is having moot court facility or not. We have moot court facility available with us, and our students also participate in competition, moot court competition organized within university and outside university also. The students are performing well, and within university in School of Law, I'm sure Sunil sir will put more light onto it, that we have a, in School of Law, we have an annual function kind of thing, which is called Gravel, if I am not wrong, where different students within the university and outside university, they come in university and they participate into various competitions like moot court and all, and university give them exposure where they can perform well, and they can test their academic skill. So,
Yes,
the,
definitely,
yeah,
sir. I think Gavald is our Gavald is one of the star event which we hosted. And let me tell you, Jatinder sir, that this time in Gavald we had more than 50 plus teams participating from the country, including national law schools, and they came here, and it was a big event where the students competed with a lot of confidence, enthusiasm, and it was a very successful event. Not because of the fact that we could manage such a number, but it was also because of the fact that it could generate that enthusiasm. It could generate that exchange of cultural exchange of ideas. You know, students had a great time interacting and hosting 50 teams on campus here. It was really something. I must give credit to the management that it was really done superbly. And I interacted personally with many of the teams, and I found out that they really were impressed with the way they interacted here, and they left with a very fond memories in their heart.
right, sir. Right, sir. That's quite encouraging. And Sunil, sir, one thing more like uh, uh, once we earlier we were discussing, like it was into our conversation that students are provided with we have our unique online subscriptions available with us with one of the association which we provide to our students
Yes,
free
yes,
of cost,
yes.
where student can have exposure to a various kind of case studies. So you can put light onto that also. That is very important.
Definitely. See, e-resources in all law schools, it is a norm these days, and our regulatory body, Bar Council of India, also expects that we upgrade our resources, the educational resources, which we have for the students. So, keeping with due deference in mind to the direction given by regulatory body, and also in consonance with the latest contemporary teaching practices, we have a very good resource of e-resources. Specifically, we have a online annual subscription of SCC Online. It is a storehouse of information of judgments for Supreme Court judgments, High Court judgments, and also of reputed Supreme Courts in different parts of the world like UK, USA, Australia. So it's like a treasure trove. And the beauty of it is that you can not only access it by sitting in the campus, but there is remote access also. There's remote access to the available to the students, and student can is sitting at home, he can navigate and he can browse through the judgment, and that will help him in his studies, case study preparation. Friends, case study learning is very important in law school. And why it is important? Because ultimately in a court of law, it's one party versus another party. So it's ultimately a case, right? So from the very start itself, you are groomed in the case study method, where you are taught to understand the facts, the issues, the laws involved, and how to read a judgment, how to interpret a judgment. So these are the skills which are given by our very competent faculty on regular basis, and library is fully equipped. Apart from these, we have annual subscription for many journals, important journals like AIR, SCR, and online plus offline both, in hard copies as well as in online mode. We have subscription to labor law journals, and this is as per the guidelines. And even beyond that, we have procured. I must tell you that we have this Halsbury laws, the collection of the whole Halsbury laws, which is also a feature of our library. So if someone is really wishing to make a career in law, and he would look for the educational resources, then there is nothing which is not there in the present context in a school of law library. I'm sure it's going to be of great help.
Thank you, Sunil sir. Dalvinder ma'am, thank you so much for providing us the opportunity and discuss the admission opportunities and the various essentials the student need to take care while applying in learning professional. So over to you, Dalvinder.
Thank you so much, Mr. Jitendra and Mr. Sunil. As I can see, there are some questions from a participant. Can we take questions of Mr. Sunil and Mr.
Please,
Jitendra?
please go ahead, ma'am.
Yes, Shilpa is asking here. Good afternoon, sir. Is LPU providing a PhD in law course too?
Yes, LPU is providing PhD in law course. the cycle is still on. The usual procedure I would advise to a PhD student is to take out time and visit the campus. Since PhD is a program which is involves a direct interaction between the proposed supervisor and a student. So if students visits the campus and takes out time to meet one of our faculties who have the slots available, and even when the student approaches the admission window, so there is a pool of the supervisors which is available with the necessary specialization that is available. So the scholar can choose from there and then can go through the admission process and apply. So we have PhD admission as well.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sunil. Megha is asking here, how have advancements in technology influenced the development of media laws in the 21st century?
Right. That's a very good question, Megha. See, when we talk about the advancement of technology, Megha, then definitely I believe all of us accept that we are living in a digital age. And right now we are living in an age where we talk about artificial intelligence, chatbots, and chat GPT and such kind of features on in AI mode is constantly evolving, which is not only influencing the legal profession, but also the media laws. But there are concerns. There are concerns regarding the privacy of individuals, confidentiality of communication, and there are issues with regard to the security management. So on these matters, the media laws have a role to play, and media laws are constantly need to be revised. Lot of revisions have been undertaken. If I talk about broadcasting law, Indian Telegraph Act, Information Technology Act of 2000, the Penal Code, the latest law, which is now proposed to be effective from June onwards, the latest criminal laws, that also takes care of a lot of the features, which lot of the challenges which take place through media. So law is definitely supposed to gear up more.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sunil. I hope all the participants got their answers from our expert. As we come to the end of this webinar, I want to express my deepest gratitude to our experts for sharing their valuable insights and expertise with us. Your presence, enthusiasm, and active participation have made this experience truly special. Hopefully, the attendees found this webinar to be valuable and will be able to utilize the information for better decision making regarding your admissions. If anyone wants to access this webinar again, they can visit our website, that is lpu.in, or can be accessed on YouTube also. Stay connected with us for future webinars. Until we meet again, with the permission of my seniors, I would be signing off this webinar. Take care and goodbye. Have a nice day.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.